If Manchester United can beat them there, we can do it perfectly. Those were the words of Alejandro Garnacho before the second leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final between Chelsea and Arsenal. He spoke about United, his former club that kicked him out in a bid to mock them, and then he backed it up with nothing.
I'm not a fan of Garnacho. I'm just not a fan of Garnacho. From a lot of angles, not just on the football field. I don't like his demeanour and his attitude.
That pretty much sums up Garnacho. He has the ego of Cristiano Ronaldo, the pace of Adama Traore, and the output of Dan James. He was benched for the biggest game of Chelsea's season, brought on the 75th minute, given less than 20 minutes to prove himself. He touched the ball 6 times, completed 0 dribbles, 0 chances. Chelsea lost 4-2 on aggregate. But that wasn't even his worst performance of the week. Just days early against West Ham, Garnacho delivered what Gary Neville called an awkward, very horrible experience. His own fans booed him. He was hooked off at halftime. He lost possession 12 times in 45 minutes. Both West Ham goals came down his side.
So tries the flick on, Hatter gets the foot in. Wan-Bissaka comes in against Garnacho. And Wan-Bissaka in space here down the right.
To make things worse, he has only 1 goal and 3 assists in 15 Premier League appearances so far this season. For a £40 million signing at a club with title ambitions, those numbers aren't disappointing, they're embarrassing. But it wasn't always like that. So how did we get here? How did a Puskás Award winner, a Copa America champion, a player who once looked destined for greatness, become a cautionary tale at 22 years old? Garnacho's problem was never about talent. It was about what he believed that talent had already made him. There was a time when Manchester United fans believed they had found their next superstar. Stepovers, flicks and goals that didn't make sense. He even scored a bicycle kick so perfect it won the Puskás Award. A player so talented that even Argentina fast-tracked him to train with the first team at just 17 years old. Garnacho wasn't just talented, he was viral before viral meant everything. During an FA Youth Cup in 2022, Garnacho collected the ball on the edge of his own box and scored this wonderful solo goal. It was no fluke because it became a pattern. 3 months later, he scored twice in the FA Youth Cup final against Nottingham Forest. United won their first Youth Cup since 2011. He was named Jimmy Murphy's Young Player of the Year. The scouts weren't wrong. The hype wasn't manufactured. Garnacho was genuinely special. Before United, he was at Atletico Madrid's academy for 5 years. They called him the Jewel. Real Madrid wanted him, Borussia Dortmund wanted him. United paid just £420,000 for his signature, and his first team debut came on April 28, 2022, a 1-1 draw against Chelsea. By October, Erik ten Hag has given him his first start, a 3-0 win over Sheriff Tiraspol in the Europa League. Ten Hag praised his attitude and resilience. Then came November 3, 2022, Real Sociedad at Old Trafford. Garnacho started. Cristiano Ronaldo, his idol, the man whose celebration he'd been copying since he was a kid, played him through on goal. Garnacho finished it, his first senior goal. It felt like a true passing of the torch moment. After the game, he posted on Instagram, 18 years and 125 days dreaming of this moment. Thanks, idol. At that point, everything was going according to plan. He was learning from Ronaldo, he was earning Ten Hag's trust, he was scoring goals that mattered. A late winner at Fulham, an assist for Rashford in the Manchester derby. The trajectory was only pointing up. And then came November 26, 2023, Goodison Park, Everton, the same team he had scored that spectacular solo goal against the youth team. A cross from Dalot that looked deep. But Garnacho adjusted his body mid-air and hit an overhead kick that rocketed past Jordan Pickford.
Dalot with the ball in, the overhead, oh, astonishing! Wow. Garnacho with one of the great goals.
Gary Neville, commentating live, couldn't believe it. The goal won Premier League Goal of the Month, then Goal of the Season, then the FIFA Puskás Award, the same award Cristiano Ronaldo won in 2009 for his thunderbolt against Porto. Garnacho was now following in Ronaldo's footsteps. Literally, same award, same club, same celebration, same confidence. But that's exactly where the problem started. Somewhere between that bicycle kick and today, Garnacho stopped trying to become Ronaldo. He started believing he already was. The goals kept coming. Braces against Aston Villa, West Ham and Chelsea. He became the first teenager to score multiple braces in 3 Premier League matches since Michael Owen in 1998-99. He scored in the FA Cup final against Manchester City. He won the Copa America with Argentina. On paper, it looked like stardom, but behind the scenes, the cracks were already forming. And one man had seen it all unfold before the world did. Ruben Amorim arrived at Manchester United in November 2024. Within weeks, he saw what the fans had been ignoring. With Garnacho, he saw that the talent was obvious, but so was everything else. In December 2024, just a month into the season, Amorim made a decision that shocked everyone. The Manchester derby, the biggest game of the season, and he dropped both Marcus Rashford and Garnacho from the squad entirely. Not the starting 11, the entire squad. When asked why, Amorim didn't hide behind excuses. He said this.
It was not a disciplinary thing. Next week, next game, new life. They are fighting for the places, but for me it's important the performance in training, the performance in game, the way you dress, the way you eat, the way you engage with the teammates, the way you push your teammates. Everything is important in our context in the beginning of Sunday when we want to change a lot of things, when people in our club are losing their jobs. We have to put the standards really high.
He wasn't talking about discipline, he was talking about standards, and Garnacho wasn't meeting them. United won 2-1 without him, and the message was clear: no one is bigger than the team. Garnacho returned to the squad the following week, and unlike Rashford, who stayed frozen out and exiled to the now famous bomb squad, Garnacho appeared to respond. He started games again, he contributed, but it didn't last. May 21st, 2025, Bilbao, the Europa League final, Manchester United vs Tottenham. Garnacho played every knockout game. He made 15 appearances, 5 goal involvements. He was United's most dangerous attacker in the competition. And Amorim decided to bench him. Hours before kickoff, Garnacho posted on Instagram a picture of himself celebrating in the FA Cup final, then another from the Community Shield. No caption, no explanation needed. His brother Roberto was less subtle. He wrote, "Working as no one else, helping every round, coming from 2 goals in the last 2 finals, just to be put on the bench for 19 minutes and get thrown under the bus." When the substitutes were called to warm up, Garnacho was spotted chatting with Tottenham's Sergio Reguilon, still wearing his suit while his teammates stretched. He joined the warm-up 10 minutes late. He came on the 71st minute. United lost 1-0, their worst season since 1974. After the game, Garnacho didn't hold back. "It's very hard for everyone after this season, which was honestly a piece of shit. We didn't beat anyone. Up until the final, I played every round. I helped the team. Today, playing 20 minutes. I don't know." When asked about his future, he said, "The final will influence my decision, but the whole season, the situation of the club, I'm going to try to enjoy the summer and see what happens." The next day, Amorim held a team meeting. In front of the entire squad, he turned to Garnacho and delivered 12 words that ended his Manchester United career. "You better pray that you can find a club to sign you." Amorim made an example of him in front of everyone. Within weeks, Garnacho was added to United's bomb squad, the group of players the club wanted gone: Rashford, Sancho, Antony, and now him. The boy who once dreamed of following in Ronaldo's footsteps was now being shipped out of the same club Ronaldo had left in disgrace. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Amorim wasn't the only one who saw it. Just take a look at this moment. This is one of many where Casemiro screams at him to track back. And then there were the moments that made you wonder if he was even trying. In the game against Chelsea, 3 missed passes in 10 seconds against West Ham, not under pressure, and it became a meme. The talent was obvious, but so was the attitude, and Amorim had seen enough. Here's the thing about Garnacho. He grew up idolizing Cristiano Ronaldo. He copied his celebrations, his trademark poses. He trained alongside him at Carrington. He even scored his first senior goal from a Ronaldo assist. But somewhere along the way, he convinced himself that copying Ronaldo's swagger meant he was becoming Ronaldo. He was all of Ronaldo's aura, the big moments, the striking power, sometimes the flair, definitely the ego. But he has none of what actually made Ronaldo. Like the work ethic, Ronaldo was the first to train and last to leave. Garnacho couldn't even show up on time on many occasions, and when he did, he strolled in like a boss. Ronaldo spent 2 decades reinventing his body and his game to stay at the top. Garnacho won 1 Puskás award and decided the work was done. He also doesn't have Ronaldo's selflessness. For all his ego, Ronaldo delivered in the biggest moments for his team. Alongside over 900 goals, he also has over 300 recorded assists, even if ESPN tries to erase them. Garnacho delivers only on Instagram posts. And here's the crucial difference. Ronaldo is his own biggest critic. He's obsessed with being the best. Every missed chance haunts him. Every defeat fuels him. That's why he earned the right to have an ego. He backed it up relentlessly for 20 plus years. Garnacho, he's his own biggest fan. When Ronaldo got criticized, he responded with hat-tricks. When Garnacho gets criticized, he responds with subliminal Instagram stories, or his brother does it for him. When Ronaldo got dropped, he worked harder. When Garnacho got dropped for the Europa League final, he sulked on the sideline, showed up late to warm up, and spoke on social media. When Ronaldo left Manchester United, it was because he wanted to compete for titles and the club couldn't offer him that. When Garnacho left Manchester United, it was because his manager told him to pray he could find someone willing to take him. The truth is, the talent is there. It always was. You don't win the Puskás Award by accident. You don't score in the FA Cup final by accident. You don't get called up to Argentina's World Cup squad by accident. But talent without discipline is just entertainment, and entertainment doesn't win trophies. Ronaldo built a legacy through obsession. Garnacho's building a Wikipedia page full of issues he shouldn't be having. At 22, Alejandro Garnacho has played for 3 clubs in 5 years. He's been dropped, exiled, told to pray he could find a new club, sold to a rival for half his value, and booed by his own fans twice. Every time the explanation was the same, his attitude. At the time people called it harsh, now it looks like prophecy. Garnacho wanted to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo, but he skipped the part that actually mattered, the work. The question is simple now, can Alejandro Garnacho turn it around? He still has the time and talent, a platform at Chelsea that most players would kill for, and hopefully he'll figure it out soon enough to realize his potential again.